Today I'm going to be creating some Dutch doors and waterfall tabs, and I'm going to be doing some memory keeping from our Lunar New Year evening that my husband and I had. We had a really nice time. I have some pictures here. I actually have quite a few pictures that I already printed these up. I do have to cut them down, of course, once I figure out all of the pages that I want to use here. I'm going to be using RONGRONG's Asian Love Planner Sticker Pack. I've got a lot of cute elements to use in here. I also have some boxes here. Not quite sure if I'm going to be using those or not, but we will see. And then the main thing that I'm going to be using is this washi tape. I picked up some washi tape off of Amazon, as well as these papers here. I thought that these would be really pretty and complement each other. To start off with, I know I want this one, and I'm going to grab this washi. These are like the thicker washi, and then I do have some of this grid washi here, which kind of brings in more of like a solid elements. I want to start off with this wide washi, and I want to bring that in over on this side. I like the idea of the nice wide washi to bring in over here to fill in the left side. That's really pretty. And I'm going to leave a little overhanging there. That way I can kind of clean it up in a bit. I feel like it's just easier when you have a little bit overhanging as opposed to trying to like line it up. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so now I was thinking of bringing this paper in here, kind of creating a pocket. Welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you are stopping in, I'm Tina, and I hope you have a good time here with me today. I love working in my creative journal. It's just so much fun. I'd love to know if you have a creative journal that you use on a regular basis. I feel like this is something that I've really just embraced last year, and it's just such it's so fun for me. So now I'm bringing in some other items that I wouldn't normally use, like this paper, for instance. This is something new for me. Oh, there we go. That will work. Probably have to straighten that up a little bit because this is actually not straight. It's not going to work. So let's see. Hopefully this works better. I'm hoping. Yes, that will work. Okay. So let's make sure, of course, I want to put the adhesive here and then here. And I think I'm going to use this one. This is the like a tape runner. And I don't want to put it over the scalloped area because it's just going to kind of come through. So I want to stop before I get to the scalloped area. It's kind of going to be a kind of a shallow pocket, but I think it'll work the way that I want it to. So the thing with cutting things exactly, so you need to just make sure you line everything up properly. Okay, so now I have this little, oh, see, that's cute. That'll work. I'll have like a little place to put some items in there because I have the receipt from our dinner and some other things. I need to decide what I want to do here. So I have these three, which are so pretty. And I also have like these I could bring in, like to break it up. That might be really pretty. Or use the papers as an edge instead of just all of the washi. So let me see if I would rather do that. These are all so pretty. Don't really have a plan here. I'm just kind of going for it. So if I did this, then I would have a scallop here. That might be really cute. So let's try that. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will need 5. I will need 5 pages. Okay, so let's put this one down first. And I'm going to have the birds like facing inward. Okay, so now this one, it doesn't matter if that page is laying flat or not because this is the first one. But then the next pages, I definitely want to make sure that they're laying flat. Okay, so I'm going to leave the little edge there. I like to leave the edge because then that way when I lay the next page, I can see exactly like how much space I have here. Okay, so let's make sure. I'm always double, triple checking myself when I do these pages because, of course, you know, once you cut them, then that's it. Okay, so now I'm going to be bringing this in. And I think I'm going to bring it in like right about here. Let's see how that will look. I think that's going to be really pretty. Yeah, that's going to look really pretty over that. Okay. So like right about here, I am just eyeballing this. Sometimes I'll pull out my paper trimmer. That's always nice to use. But other times I just like and do it this way, like eyeball it out. Okay, so I'm going to bring that one here. And then I want to tear this. So what I want to do is I'm going to tear upward because when you tear, depends on how you tear, the paper will look a little bit different. So if you notice, I'm tearing upward and that leaves like the top paper here. And look at the bottom, it's got the white. So I don't know, I'm thinking I'll just tear it upward. I'm thinking that I would like that look a little bit better. Okay. Right, and that one's going to end up, like I said, right about here. I'm going to put that down because I want to weigh down the page so that way I could see the lineup a little bit better. Okay, now what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to cut this because otherwise it's going to be harder for me to match up the rest of this. So let's do that. And then let me come over to this side and let me cut this as well. All right, so let's get this one down. So let's weigh down my page. Let's figure out the placement of where this is going to lay. How far up? I think that's good. And I think I'll use the tape runner again. I might use this glue like in between here, but we'll see what happens. I'm not cutting anything yet. I'm just getting everything laid down. Because like I said, I might add some stickers. Okay, so I have this end here, but I don't have one at this end, which is fine. And I think I wanted to use this one next. So let's see. How do I want this? This has got a little mark, so I'm just going to kind of use that as a way to line things up. And I think I want to bring it up like here. So that's 2 over from that marking. So let's put that here, 2 over from that marking. Moving on to, yes, the next page here. The best way to find the edge sometimes on a new washi is just to use some tweezers. It's a little bit easier. Let's grab the last page. Let's put that down. This has got so much foil. I love it. It's so pretty. So I think I'll go this way. It does have like this really pretty like fan pattern. So I think I want it to go this way here. Now this one, I don't want to overlap. I want this one to line up with this. So when I cut it, it'll be like right there. Oop. Okay, let's trim this here. Okay, let's look at some stickers because I have some of these in here. I think they might look pretty on the tabs here. Let's see. So these are like all the elements. I could use the fan. Do I have another fan? I do have another fan. Okay, so let's maybe use the fan there. That's pretty. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 spaces down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So like right about there. In there. I'm thinking I want the flowers because I just, like this is so simple. Because I think I want her on this page. I think that would be really pretty. Let's see. Before I decide on that one. Okay, I'm going to take this because this is not washi. This is paper. So if I don't like the way that looks, I can hopefully remove it a little bit easier. So now I'm thinking I don't really need this paper here. But at the time I didn't really know that. So let's take this up. I think I'd rather take this up. And then put her down. It's kind of ripping, but I don't mind that because that'll kind of be like the back. Let's see. Yeah, I think that is pretty, although I'm missing like a little piece here. This paper, it cut the way that I wanted it to, but I also feel like I don't like that little white spot there. Let's see. Let's see what I could do to fix this a little bit. There we go. Okay, now that's lifting because I started lifting that up. Okay, okay. I'm going to use this glue. This is a nice glue. It's a Zig glue. There we go. This here. Okay, so I want to put it right here. Except I don't like that I can't like see the image very clearly because the washi kind of takes over. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim around here. Let's see how well this works out. I'm going to trim. Ah, it worked. Yay. Okay. All right. So I generally don't cut straight edges with my Gyro-Cut, but this is a really short little distance here. So I think I'll be fine. I really like this tool. It makes doing these so much easier. All right, so I cut around there. And you always want to make sure that you put enough pressure down so that way you don't, otherwise you won't cut all the way through. Okay, now let me use my scissors on the straight edges here. Okay. Pretty. I like it. Okay. Now, I always like to be able to see what I did here because if I want to make adjustments, it's like the perfect time to do that. Okay, so for this one, I am going to kind of cut around. I'm not going to cut the straight edge because that's a little bit too far. I am just going to cut around the pattern here, this sticker. Now, the thing with using this, it kind of depends on how close you want to get to the picture that you're cutting around? You know, do you want to have like some white edge, or are you okay? Because don't forget that these stickers have like that clear trim. So sometimes the closer you cut to the image, then the harder it is to get like that detail in. So just something to think about if you are going to be using that tool. Or anytime you cut around an image, you sort of have to make that decision, like how close do you want it to be. I'm going to turn this so I can see this better. Okay, now I have a little bit of a hang up here because I didn't cut that all the way to the edge. Okay, I think I should be good now. Okay. All right, so let's see. So now I do have like that on the inside, that white. Look at how pretty that looks. I like it though. I like it with the white like that. All right, now let's cut around this little guy here. Now this one I am cutting as close as I can here. Oops, just double checking. Cutting as close to the image because I don't want to have a lot of white trim. All right, so I think I should be good there. All right, again, I like using large scissors when I'm cutting a long straight edge. It's just, you get a much cleaner cut this way. Okay, now I want to flip this because I don't want to accidentally cut those flowers. Okay, I think I'm good. Okay. I'm going to go back and forth here a little bit. Hopefully you don't get dizzy. Okay, let's see how that looks. So pretty. Love it. Okay, so now this one has the scallop, so I have to use the Gyro-Cut the full length of this. Oh my gosh, I am loving the way that this looks. So now this one, see, this has got like the edge where it's kind of lifted a little bit. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to add some of this glue under here, because what's going to happen is this is going to get kind of caught. But by doing this, I kind of have to be careful where I put it, because again, I don't want it to be like on the opening, because I don't want it to like come through. Okay, so I think I'm just going to kind of do it randomly here, and I'm doing it before I cut because I think that that's a better option. I don't know, maybe I should do it after I cut it. Yeah, I'm having a hard time getting in there, so let's put that to the side and let's work on cutting this first. I'm going to move those other pages out of the way just to give myself a little bit better angle here. So this is where the Gyro-Cut just is like perfect for something like this, because of course you could just use scissors, but I have used scissors like before I got this tool, and I do have to say that this tool is so much more convenient. I really, really like this. So I do have an Amazon like affiliate links for products. So the washi that I'm using and the tools that I'm using and this paper, I got everything from Amazon. And if you decide that you want to pick anything up, I have my links down below for your convenience. And like I said, they are affiliate links, so I greatly appreciate if you use them when you are shopping for these items. All right, so I think that turned out pretty well. Let's take that off. And now, I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking I might add a little adhesive in here. I think that it would probably be a good idea. let's just, I added it up at the top, so let's just add a little bit here. It kind of like squeezed out a little bit, so I have this little extra paper that I'm just using to dab it. It's really slight. You probably don't even see it on camera, but okay, that's pretty. Okay, let me bring these pages back so we can get the full. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. Okay, I'm super excited the way that that turned out. Now I need to clean up all of this like excess. So I like to do this page by page. So I'm gonna do that pretty quickly. And I'm just trimming things down. And actually, I think I'm gonna flip it around. Now, trying to figure out the easiest, most efficient way to clean this up. Let's do this. Okay, so I went ahead and I cleaned up the edges there. Now what I want to do is I want to put on the back here because I need to fill in the other side. And I want it to really kind of match as best that it can. So I'm going to turn this way, and I want to use the same washi that I used on this side, but on the flip side here. So let's bring this one in. Now the back sides are always going to be a little bit different, of course, because you have the front has got like the picture and everything's like all like perfectly cut around. And it's really hard to get things to match up exactly on the other side unless you have like stickers that are like mirrored, which I do not have that, but let's see. Okay, so I need to fill this one here. The fan, and bring it in this way because of course it's like easy to kind of like do that with this one. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take off, whoops, I'm going to take off all of like the little edge, the little clear edge of the sticker before I lay it down. So when you grab shapes that are like kind of similar like this on both sides and you put them on the tabs like this, it works out so much easier. See how that like worked out for me there. Now, here's the flowers. I don't know how that's going to work out for me. I could actually make this work. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that that would be the easier way to like put this together. But I am going to get rid of like the clear. I probably should have cut around this before I picked it up. All right, so what I did was I went ahead and I cut around the image to cut off that clear plastic before I lay this sticker down. And I do have to tell you that it is a little tedious to do this. So, you know, it may not be something that you might enjoy doing, but I kind of like to have this matched up as much as I can, if at all possible. So you see how it's not going to be exactly matched up. So now I'm going to come over here, I'm going to grab this, and then now I'm going to cut on this side to clean it up a little bit more. So it's definitely, it takes a little bit of time to do this. So, lots of times I just edit that part out because it can be a little bit time consuming. I mean, I could probably grab some washi and fill that in with like a flower, which personally I think will look a lot better than just like leaving it white. So I think that that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Let's grab my forgiving mat and let's just cut around. Let's just cut around this washi here. This is actually just a tiny little corner, which I'm okay with that. All right, so I like the way that this has turned out so far. Love that. Fill that in there with just the washi, unless I find something else. And then this, I don't have anything just yet. So we'll see how that plays out. The next thing that I want to do is I want to put a heading in here. I want it to say Lunar New Year. Now, I am really not great with lettering, but I like to do the block lettering, and that seems to work pretty well for me. Now, I do want to see how this flips over because I don't want it to like be seen once I flip this page. So I'm going to start like right over here. All right, I went ahead and I penciled that in there. So this glue is blue, but when it dries, it does dry clear. So I'm using this one so I can kind of get over here with the edges because of course with the tape runner, it's not as like detailed. And then this has like some little decorative elements on here. So I think I'm going to kind of cut this out and see if I could bring that in here. And I really like this crane. I'm actually gonna grab this here. This is my forgiving mat, but I'm just using the white side of it. I'm thinking I could cut this crane out. So this is another way to use like decorative washi like this, is to actually just cut out part of the image that is already like printed on here, kind of use it as like an individual sticker. I didn't cut that far enough down and I actually ended up cutting off the crane's head. So, but I think I can make it work and just piece it together. It's kind of funny, but I have this little headless crane here now. This little pocket is great for like little things. Like I have the receipt here and I thought this would be cute just to like keep it in here as like a little keepsake, and I can fold it up really however I want to get it to fit in there. And then I also picked up a card, which is also nice. So when I go out places, I like to grab like the different things and keep that, and I can put that like in my memory keeping. So I have like the little wrapping from like the little candies that we had. I have our fortunes here, and then I have this little business card, and then I also picked up a menu here as well. So I could like put that in here, like where it was, like the address of the place, and then I also have like the name of it. Like maybe I will cut that out. That's kind of cool. So let me cut around this. So yeah, anytime you go anywhere, I always like to look for like menus that you could take with you because it's a great way to put like things in your memory keepers. All right. So I'm going to cut out the name of the restaurant here. Should I put it over here? I have this in here and that in there. Yeah, I think that that's a good idea. Okay, so I'm going to use the tape runner on the bigger area here. And then I'm going to grab this glue, put it here. Yeah, I didn't really figure out how I wanted to do this yet, but I am just going to go for it here. And that's the fun part about your memory keeping. Place things down and it all comes together. It looks really pretty in the end. Okay, so I want that to dry a little bit before I put anything else. So that is cute. Okay, let's look at these pictures because I have a lot of really cute pictures. I'm thinking I will cut some of these down. So some of them have like this white like trim from the printer, which is kind of annoying, but that works. And I'm going to cut this down a little bit. So I love cutting my pictures down and making them like kind of work where I want them to go. Actually cut a lot of that because there's really nothing back there. All right, the nice thing about these pictures is that they have a sticker backing. So I just have to take the backing off of these. And this is my HP little handheld printer. I don't think it's available anymore. I do have the link for it, but like I said, I'm not sure you could still get this little handheld printer that I used, but I'm just going to kind of put these here and here. And I'm going to leave the space on the side. Let's see if I can get this off without the tweezers, because I feel like the tweezers are nice and handy, but they also are like, yeah, a little bit time consuming. Okay, so let's take that. So here's me and my husband. Put that there. So cute. And I could put like wrapping back there, or I could put washi, or I could put like some of this like little paper here to do like a little journaling. That might be kind of cute. Let's see. I'm going to tear this. I'm going to give this like a rough edge, because right now it's just got like that straight edge. If it's got the torn, then I can kind of tear it however I want. Let's move on to the next page. Okay, so here's like appetizers, my drink, and I need to cut these. I have a corner punch that I could use. So let's see how that works. So here's my corner punch. Let's just give it a shot. That looks really small. Let's grab the bigger one here. Well, that's kind of cute. Gives it like that rounded edge. Oh, now I almost wish I would have done that for these. Oh, that's okay. All right, so there's that. The only thing with these punches is that they don't have a little catch on the back. And they are pretty loud. All right, I went ahead and cut the pictures, and I went ahead and used the rounder on them. And then I also peeled off the backing from them just to make it a lot easier for me, because it was just taking me a little bit too long to have to like take the peel off of them. So I went ahead and got these all prepped and ready to go. I put these on here already, and then I'm going to continue. So I just want to get the pictures placed down, and then I'll go ahead and add in some more like stickers and things. So these stickers can be like repositioned a little bit, like picked up and repositioned. So I think I'm happy with the way that those are placed. Now I'm going to come back over here. I do have some more like stickers here. I was initially going to cut out like the actual dishes that we ate and put those in here, but I think I'm just going to write it out, because honestly it's really small print and I think I'd rather just write it out instead. And I was also thinking that I might use some more of this paper. So I like the little sushi here, because we had sushi and then also had the dumplings. I like the chopsticks. I think I'm going to grab the chopsticks here. But we didn't do like a ramen, so I'm going to just grab the chopsticks. Now I could add more paper in here, places to write notes, or I could add in some of these boxes. Just going to kind of add in paper here and there next to the pictures. Also, kind of think I want to add in some of that skinny washi. I like these papers. They bring like a little something extra to the page. All right, here are my pages. They are all complete. I did add a few additional like pieces of washi in here that I did not film, but I'm going to do a flip through of everything that I did here. Just a reminder, I added this pocket in here. So I have like my little card that I picked up from the restaurant as well as the receipt. And then of course I did add in the pictures that I took for the evening. Really like the way that that turned out. Some stickers and then some paper in here as well as some boxes, so I can write either on the paper or in the box or even just on the page itself, of course. And then here's the pictures that I took from the lion dance, and I can actually add a couple more pictures in here if I wanted to, because there's room to do that. And especially on this page, I definitely have more room to add more pictures if I want. I liked bringing this paper in here as a little bit different thing that I did. And I've never really brought paper in here like this before. So I like the way that that turned out. And then here's, I think this is the last. Yeah, these are the last pages right here. I have like our fortunes from our fortune cookies that we had that evening. And I put those in there as well. So I really like the way this turned out. It's so pretty and festive. And the washi tape and the paper, I got those all on Amazon. The stickers are from Wrong. And if there's anything here that you want to pick up, I do have all of my affiliate links down below. Greatly appreciate if you do any shopping to please consider using those links. Thank you so much to those of you that have already used them. And thank you so much for thinking about using them on your next purchase. If you like this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you won't miss any of my videos. And drop me a comment down below and let me know what things that you are memory keeping for this year. I do have to admit that my biggest weakness is printing out pictures. I did use my little handheld printer and I made sure that I printed out the pictures that I wanted to put in here. And you know, I take a lot of pictures. I don't necessarily print them up. So I was really happy that I was able to do this right away. And one of my goals for this year is to continue to do memory keeping, printing up the pictures and putting them into the beautifully decorated pages that I create. So drop me a comment down below. Let me know if that might be one of your goals for this year and what you're doing to make sure that you are doing memory keeping, because it really is so important. I love looking back at pages and you know, looking at the pictures and just reminiscing about all of the fun times that we have. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. If you watch this video all the way through till the end, leave me a Lunar New Year emoji. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.